How's everybody today? Welcome to the Galley. In the Galley today, I have this beautiful, or maybe not so beautiful, but to me beautiful ham bone because I snagged the ham bone from Thanksgiving and brought it home with me because we always do ham. I made a ham and took it down to Myrtle Beach and then brought brought the ham bone back. So this ham has got some miles on it. And I love split pea soup, one of my all-time favorite soups. So easy to make, and whenever I have a ham bone, I always make split pea soup. You can pretty much count on it. It doesn't require a whole lot of ingredients. I've got 1 onion, I've got 3 ribs of celery, and 2 carrots. This carrot is kind of big, so you can see. And I like mine cut fairly small. Now I know sometimes people like to split the carrots and then add the carrots like 30 minutes before it's done so you get that crunchy bit of carrot. I just kind of like my soup smooth, so I put them in now. Now I've got my cast iron warming up over here. It's always good to warm your pan up before you put any oils or anything in it before you get cooking. And so we've got chicken stock, our mirepoix, our ham bone, obviously our split peas, and a few spices. So you can see we're getting hot here. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter and a good swirl of avocado oil here. And you could use olive oil because we're not going to get this really hot. I really don't want to caramelize these. I just want to sweat them down. So I'm going to add all those vegetables. And I'm going to add a pinch of salt. That's going to help them release from your moisture and get softer quicker on for us. I'm not going to do a lot of salt. You're going to get salt from that ham. So I'm going to wait for a lot of salt towards the end, and then I'll salt it once it's done. Otherwise, it might get too salty. So I'm just going to, over like medium heat, give these about 5 minutes to sweat down. While that's happening, I am going to sort my peas. So every once in a while you'll find like a little stone, and just make sure. And then I'm going to just rinse them. Now, you don't want to rinse these way far in advance because then they're going to start getting sticky and stick together. So I don't rinse them till I'm just ready. Red peas aren't a bean. We don't have to soak these. They're actually a legume. So I want to talk to you about your stock. You can use a vegetable stock. You can use a chicken stock. If you're not making your own, if you're buying stock, I would get a low sodium one because sometimes those hams can be really salty. 4 to 6 cups of stock. But when I make my chicken stock, I reduce it down and reduce it down and reduce it down until it's like a jelly. And then I can keep it in the freezer, and like 1 tablespoon makes a whole cup of chicken stock. So that is what this is here. You can see it's kind of thawing out. So I've got my chicken stock thawing out here in my water. And now right before we're done, I'm going to add my garlic. But we just want to wait till the end for our garlic because, as you know, it can burn easy. And then in with our ham bone. And then our 1 pound of split peas. And then our stock, a few grinds of pepper. Then I'm just going to do about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of oregano, and a bay leaf and a half. I'm going to bring this up to a boil, and then we're going to just reduce the heat and let it cook. How pretty those are. I think that color is so gorgeous, isn't it? Now I'm just going to put my lid once it starts to simmer and I've lowered the heat, and I'm just going to put my lid on it where it has a crack in it. I'm not going to completely cover it. And I'm going to walk away. Now, this could take an hour and a half. It could take an hour. It's all just something you want to check on. I am going downstairs because my walk-in closet, I can't walk through it because it's a mess. So while I'm cooking our split pea soup for dinner, I'm also allowed to walk away from it. So this is, this is soup. We don't have to babysit it the whole time it's on the stove. So I'm going to go work in that closet, and I'm going to come up in about 45 minutes and just check on it and see where we are, and do I need to add more liquid, and just all of that fun stuff. So I'm going to go to the closet, and then I'll be back, and we'll have a check on the soup. So don't go anywhere, because I'm not. Oh, she smells good. So you can see how thick they're getting, and you can see they're starting to soften up. They're not quite there, but they're starting to absorb all that beautiful liquid. Probably have another hour to go, but I'm going to taste and see what I think about the broth. Oh, that's so yummy. I do think I'm going to add a little Worcestershire and a little Tabasco. It's really yummy, but I'm going to leave the salt alone for now. Season it at the end. I did come up and flip my ham bone over. So I'm going to pop the lid back on. And then we'll come back in about 30 minutes and see how she looks. Can you see me through the steam? So it's actually been about an hour and 40 minutes. And I got busy and didn't come back. But I've taken this out to cool down so I can break up those pieces of ham to put back in here. But their lentils are really tender. It's going to be a little bit of salt, a little bit of seasoning. You hear Billy's phone ringing? But let me let this cool down, and then when we come back, we'll finish off this soup. But so far, it's delicious. So I am just going to dice up this meat and put back in here. And while this has been cooling, I've just been letting this cook just to kind of thicken up for us. And I just want to dice up this into bite-sized pieces. Then it's going to go right back in the pot. And then we'll be back to finish seasoning and taste. All right, so I've brought you back down here to show you. I'm going to take this bay leaf out because my friend Brian sent me a note on one of my videos and said he wants more close-up pictures. So I think this is pretty close up. Doesn't that look beautiful? I am so excited for dinner tonight. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add a little kosher salt and taste, and add a little kosher salt and taste, because this kosher salt is going to bring out the natural flavors of everything. We don't want to make it salty. We just want to enhance and bring all of those flavors forward. Cannot do this with your sea salt, because your sea salt's just going to start getting really salty and not bring out the flavors of everything. So I'm going to add a little salt and taste. Almost perfect. Almost perfect. One more pinch of salt. I think that's going to finish us off. So thank you everybody for being here today. If you love split pea soup, I hope you found out just how easy it is to make, and you can do all kinds of household chores while it cooks. So thank you everybody. If you have any questions, please send them. It's so delicious. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you all. Have a very beautiful day, and I'll see you later.